transaction layer over the game, which lets you finagle with like the models that you have and the game files, because the game file records what you're wearing and all that. And with that, you can, sub out what the graphics are. And all of this is fine with terms of service. And then if you hit commit transaction, it writes that to the game files and makes your character show up to other people using the software in a certain way, which is a violation, right?
Yep.
Well, what you can do is you can take that, and while the transaction is open, you can export the model into Blender. Which is, again, as far as I can tell, not a violation of terms of service. Because we're not actually modifying game files. We're not doing any of that stuff. And then once you have it in Blender, you can start tweaking and fiddling and doing things like, it bothers me that I can't dye these two parts of my outfit orange to match the rest of my highlights. So I just did that, and I haven't done it yet, but on my to-do list is erasing the Moogle from the back of the jacket, because I've never liked the Moogle there. And then it isn't like exactly perfectly matched, so like right now my hair is poking out the top of my hat, and the feather is a little fucky. But also I've simplified the feather. So instead of like 3, it's just one big sweeping feather, and I very much like that. And yeah, I spent my whole morning just fiddling with that, and I have it working. Except I forgot to model lips into the thing, so lip flaps don't work. So I have to go back and do that, and the at issues there, and then the eyes are too far back in the head, so there's like the solid white, and then the iris, but the iris is behind the solid white, so they're just solid, dead white eyes. So I need to go back in and edit the model to make that work. But it's this outfit with the like gold highlights here, done up for orange, and then the hat is a little bit bigger, and it's like here, the horn cuts through. I've tilted the hat so that it's like sitting more naturally on the horn. Yeah. It's definitely going to be ready by Wednesday, which is when I want it ready so that I can use it as a artificial character, as like an artificial camera for the Fantasy World game, because everyone in that is a VTuber. So if we do that, then everyone can have we have more than just a still image in the VOD. We have all the little V2 baddies.
Oh, neat.
That's the plan. We'll see how it works. I'm also thinking, since I'm going to be in there modding the thing, I'm going to see if I can't remove the horns and the tail, because I'm supposed to be a Gobbo and not an Aura. And I just think it would be very fun to have, like, 2 versions of the model. One with the horns and the tail and the scales, and one without, so that we can say, hi, it's FF14 time. I'm in my cosplay. I'm very lame.
I think it's neat.
Yes. You know what's not neat, though? That I must complain about?
What?
TwitchCon. There's somebody going around roofying VTubers at TwitchCon. Who does that? Like, it's supposed to be a professional convention, right? It's a business type thing.
Yeah.
And you're in, like, VIP areas, roofying VTubers. And everyone I've heard who's done it is like an 18 plus VTuber. So I'm just like, whoa now. Just because someone does sex work does not mean that you have a right to frickin' try to rape them, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway. I wasn't expecting you two to hop on early. I was like, oh, I'll be here ready, and then we'll clamor.
To be fair, I'm not sure what I could be doing right now. I'm just wondering, Kugane.
I was thinking
What do
I
you
would
got?
make a new glam. Not sure which glam I want to lose, though. I kind of like all my glams.
You suffer for fashion.
I should revisit my hatless glams, though, because I did change my hair for the model, because I was having bugs with my old hairstyle. And I'm not sure how I feel about some of these hatless glams with this. It's a little wild. Like, no! Okay, actually, I have to change my hairstyle. That will not fly.
Oh wow, I did not realize you had that kind of hairstyle.
Not anymore. I was picking the hairstyle based on what looked good in the hat. I don't have to export again, though, so... I can pick a different hairstyle. Okay,
Yeah.
let's pick a hairstyle that is a little more sane. Do I have a redeem that makes sense for this?
I'll take care of that. I'm going to look up.
Yeah, if anyone has any explicit preference on hairstyle, you can redeem the outfit change, and I'll freaking just do that. Otherwise, I'll pick a hair I like. That's cute. Not changing my color. I like this hair color. I could just go boy hair.
Maybe I should just buy all the hairstyles and take a look.
I haven't finished buying all the hairstyles yet. There's lots of them. I could go back to the old days. Slicked back, dyke, barb. Pin it. You got the little swoosh. I like the swoosh. Full silly, if we... not, no.
No?
No full silly. JRPG Pro Tag hair. There's the bun. This is the hair that was bugging out earlier.
Yeah.
This is also a little wild. I have the military cut still. We've had time. We've had time. We're back in, so we can do the military cut if we need to. This is like the canon Dawn Trail hair. I don't like it, actually, but it is there. Okay, only show me my pinned. Okay, we're down to 5. We have OG Butch, Femme Braid, JRPG Pro Tag, Emo Boy, and Military Cut. And I think I'm going to go with Military Cut if no one is going to redeem anything. Going once.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Going twice. This is your final chance to hit a redeem button and be like, no. save your game.
Ah, dang it, you beat me to it. I was gonna pick something random.
There we are. And now I can review my hatless hairstyles. Make sure my hatless glams. Okay. So that is that looks really fucking lame with this hairstyle. Look at that. No, that's not how cornrows work. What?
Oh wow, your stream. He was like, "Oh, that does not work. I'm going to stop for a bit."
Is my stream okay?
It's okay now.
No, it's not.
It's not.
It is not. We are dropping frames like mad. What is going on here? Okay, I hit my, I literally just flicked my internet and it was like, oh shit, I should work. Okay. You know, we were getting, like, not good. Anyway, I need a different hat for my, it's my machinist glam. So I need my machinist hats. Just some antiquated goggles. No. The machinist's goggles. Okay, they work. I think the antiquated work better. The plundered are so lame. Look at those. And they don't work.
Aww.
The antiquated don't really work either. Oh no, they do. They just kind of pinch. Yeah, we'll do the standards. And that will replace our machinist glam. Summoner glam, good. That's our Viper glam. This is our Reaper glam. I'm not sure I like it. By which I mean I like the Farlander Sir Coat of Maiming. I'm just not sure I like the lack of hat with it. But I don't know what hat I could do, because the Kabuto's no good. Oh, this is Machinist. I need Reaper. The Lancer's gear. The Royal Helm is silly. Hope hat is even sillier. If I get Rolandberry Red pirate hat works. Yeah. I don't think I have Rolandberry Red, though. The freaking, the monk. I love my monk outfit. That's so silly. Just, yep. My dancer. I'm still not sure about that hat. I know, I'm being so exciting. I'm sorry for you.
Well, no worries.
Showstopper's turban.
Fashion is part of the game after all.
Yep.
Oh, that's what I could do.
Okay, I think we're good. So now it's just a question of what we're wearing, which is a question of what we're doing.
That is a good question.
Basically, our choices are MSQ or Hildebrand.
Owie. Owie.
I know that the next section of MSQ is the last before we start Shadowbringers.
Yeah, I'm kind of torn on this. On one hand, I would like to do the Hildebrand quest before we move on to Shadowbringers, but I feel like at where we are in the main quest, it would kind of ruin the tone.
Oh, I was just thinking I don't want to do either of these without Albrecht. Without Albrecht.
Ah.
So I'm trying to think which one is more important for Albrecht to be here. Is it more important that we have Albrecht for Hildy? Or is it more important that we have Albrecht for the MSQ? Well, actually, I think it's more important we have Albrecht for Hildy for reasons that will soon become apparent. If we just push a couple quests into actual Shadowbringers, we have an in-lore reason for Albrecht to have been missing. Albrecht has gone the way of our friends in the Scions. He went off to visit family and then just never returned. We're so worried. He's not answering his link pearl. Nothing. What are we going to do?
Oh, yeah, I guess we should start at Mordana, huh?
Yeah. And I guess I should pick something at level 50, 60, 70. Something at level 70 or above. Astro, Reaper. It's really just Astro, Sage, Summoner, and Reaper that I have. Well. It's gonna be Reaper then. Hurrah!
Yay!
I will. I actually don't want to start the actual story until we hit 3 p.m. though, because that's advertising at 3. You know?
Okay.
So I don't want people who want to be here to miss out. I should also probably do the we're live messages. So I shall. Rah! Twibber. Ready. And Husky and tumblers. And swap here officially for a moment. The mark is 2410. Albrecht isn't answering his phone. We have problems. Wait, is that your new tank glam?
More of a
20
cosplay glam.
26. I mean, I'm sure I have something that low level. Yes, there I do.
Oh, nice. Nice. Blue mage.
I need to grind. Because I can't actually use any of my jobs in the MSQ except for a couple. But everything's up at 50. Let's see, what have I actually got set up? I've got my Viper.
Oh, that's nice. Of course, we have the classic
Gunbreaker.
Dragoon.
Dark Knight.
Dark Knight.
Warrior.
Oh.
Bard.
Genus.
Sage.
Ninja.
Dancer.
Sage.
Reaper. Well, we just saw Reaper.
Marauder, since I don't have Warrior yet.
Monk. Dragoon.
Miner.
Ninja. Oh, wow. Oh, this can't. One moment. I can't allow that. There we go. Ninja.
Weaver.
Samurais and sexy glam for some reason.
Fisher.
White mage.
Oh, that's not a glam.
This is not my white mage glam.
This is technically not a glam, but I just really like how this looks.
Oh, that's why I'm not in my white mage glam. I'm not high enough level for my white mage glam. Well then, just go to this. Scholar. Scholar, I'm high enough level for my glam. Summoner. Machinist, which has fallen behind enough in level. Oh no, Machinist is high enough level I can bring it. Red Mage?
Man, I'm so glad I invested in that draw emote.
Red Mage doesn't even have... Red Mage didn't even have a shirt. Whoops. There we are. Red Mage. Paladin.
Paladin. I used to say it like that when I first learned of the word.
Astro, of course. And last, but certainly not least, and let's put it into the actual glam we made for it. Black Mage. Still with that way more time than it was worth it. Whop it. But yeah. Oh, and then I do have botanist, fisher, miner, and my craftsman. I'm ready to mine you. But yeah, what I actually have that I can bring with into investigating what the hell's going on about things. I have Reaper. I have Viper. I have Scholar. Astro. Sage, which I need to apply a glam to. This is not acceptable. Sage glam.
Oh, that's right. I leveled up Dragoon because I was doing that with PvP. I was like, when did I find the time to level that up?
I don't have enough for Dancer yet. I do have Machinist. And I have Summoner. And Black Mage. So the question is, do we want me to be bringing a melee DPS, a ranged DPS, or a healer? I think we got our ranged DPS covered with Halabali. But you're tanking, aren't you?
Am I tanking?
Well, I don't have any level 70 tanks.
Yeah.
And Albric is not answering his phone.
I guess I could bring out the Dark Knight for a bit.
Okay. So, if I'm bringing my lowest level thing, it should be Sage, but I have no idea how to play Sage. So I can bring Astro, or we can just hope we don't need a healer.
Say so.
Okay. Let's go see if we have any word from Kryl and Co. about people being down for the count, because I'm worried about everyone, and I'm worried about Albric not answering his Link Pearl.
And we still don't know where Alphino is.
We don't know where Alphino is. Cannot be discounted that Mrs. Kryl has heard the voice as well. I will ask Tatru to send her word of what's come to pass. Good. Mr. Kryl is on the way. Normally I would be checking in for the horny threesome, but I don't know if I am ready for that. Alise, do we have any idea of what's going on? Have we heard anything from Alphino? Albric's not answering his phone either.
I'm glad you've come, though I'm afraid there's little in the way of good news. After you left, we reached out to both the Alchemists Guild and Stillglade Fane and attempted all manner of treatments. But the results were always the same. Whatever the answer is, it's not alchemy or conjuring.
Now the ad's playing.
It ends soon. And I'll just hang out for the ad to be done. And I'll close this window because I don't need it open.
Why did it have to be Y'shtola and Urianger and not me? Out of all of us, they are the ones who could feasibly have solved this puzzle. And Alphino's still missing. God, it's all going wrong. Where do we even start?
A grave situation indeed. Might I be of some assistance?
Kryl, yay!
Kryl, I thought you were busy delving into the mysteries of Eureka. When word reached me of the plight of our friends, I could not well stay away. As a fellow scion, not to mention your erstwhile mentor, this is one of those times you should feel free to call on me, regardless of my personal circumstances. Yes, I should have thought of that. Thank you for coming, Kryl. We would welcome your insight.
Oh.
And I should be happy to provide it. Now, what's this I hear about Alphino heading into Imperial territory? That boy always did have some funny ideas.
Do you remember the speech he gave when he was accepted to the studium?
Kryl, you're adorable, but I don't think you're reading the room properly if you're starting to tell funny stories.
It's called breaking the tension.
My life's goal is naught less than the salvation of this star.
Okay, Kryl knows what's going on.
That particular grand pronouncement has been a source of great embarrassment to him, as you know. But the fact of the matter is, he meant every word and has lived his life accordingly.
Yes, he remains altruistic to a fault, but I'm worried he was too fixated on his goals to see the dangers, as has happened before.
You needn't be so concerned. Though his values remain the same, Alphino is not the blinkered boy he once was. Slowly but surely his eyes have been opened, thanks to a certain someone.
Yeah.
A certain someone whom he'd be mortified to learn had heard about his little speech. Mum's the word, eh?
Absolutely not. I am mocking him ceaselessly for the rest of his days, just like I'm going to never let him live down his bad payments or investment, the spending too much money.
Right, I'd better have a look at our patients. They're in the infirmary, I assume. I'll need absolute quiet, so it would be best if I did this alone. If you'll excuse me.
Once again, I wish that they would, like, populate the cutscenes with your party members. I mean, yeah, they have to think about party members, but there's only ever going to be, at most, like, 8 of you. Like, 8 people in there.
All three are in fine physical health. At a glance, I would say they were merely sound asleep. Except for the fact that I couldn't sense the slightest trace of them in their bodies. It's as if their souls have taken leave of their physical forms.
Ah, yes. The Elder Seedseer made a similar observation.
I've read the report. When you heard this mysterious voice, you described feeling as if you were somewhere else, yes?
Yeah, kind of like the void between worlds in the anti-tower.
If we assume the ether which comprises your essence is being drawn to some other place, then it may be possible to follow the trail it leaves behind, just as we did in our search for Thancred.
So we just need to find their
I
souls and
wasn't
shove them
around
back
for
in.
that, but I can't imagine it was easy.
Oh, it wasn't. But that's no reason not to try. I will have need of Master Matoya's crystal eye if I'm even to make the attempt. So I suggest we pay her a visit.
On our way to Master Matoya. Again. Yay.
Again.
Not Alphino, Albrecht. Albrecht likes Master Matoya. Maybe. Maybe he's hiding there. Maybe. Just maybe.
Maybe.
I worry. It's been too long without word of our great burly Swede.
He's sleeping.
You're sleepy?
No, he's sleeping.
He's sleeping. You've heard from him?
Yet.
Yay, to Idleshire. I do need a better Reaper Glam. I just don't have any of the stuff I need. I guess I'm riding the whale out. Anyone want to come with?
I am still loading in.
Hi.
Hi.
Let's go. We're gonna ride the whale to Matoya. Sorry, Halabali. Whale only seats 2.
Okay.
Even though there's plenty of space for everyone on the whale. Idleshire remains such an uncomfortably calm and peaceful place.
Maybe one day this place will be built to its past former glory.
Yeah. We'll see how it works with the Gobos. I don't think they'll give it back up to the Sharlians, though. And I don't think we want them to give it back to the Sharlians, do we?
I did bless you. I did help them make a machine to help clear out the debris. You repurposed that one weapon of war.
That's nice. I'll say. I heard Master Matoya was something of a recluse, but this seems extreme. Still, I'll happily overlook her eccentricities if she agrees to help us.
To disturb my peace again, have you? I hide myself away in a cave, and still you people insist on pestering me with your problems.
Yes. It's just what happens when you're as good as you are.
Oh, I mistook you for young what's-his-name, but I see now you're the sister. Weren't you supposed to be the lively one? I've seen happier faces at a rain-sodden burial.
Oh. Matoya, girl. Ooh.
Well, I'm sorry to dash your expectations, but the situation isn't exactly conducive to gaiety.
Yeah.
Ha! That's more like it. Stoller used to spit and hiss like a wildcat too. Better for a young thing like you to be filled with fire and leave the doom and gloom to your elders.
Ooh, Minecraft.
Now, what exactly does this tragic situation of yours have to do with me?
If I may, Master Matoya, we have need of your crystal eye once more.
And Stoller is one of the afflicted, is she?
Mm-hmm.
Very well. She may be an ungrateful stray, but she's my ungrateful stray, and I'll not see her buried before I am.
Yay. You're such a bitch. I love you.
Right. Let us see what we can see. I'll begin from where our friends first fell, and cast my senses out from there.
What is it? Did you find them?
That's not an I found them look, Alice. That's a bad look.
This doesn't make sense. How is it even possible?
How is what possible? Kryl, what did you see?
The threads, they just ended. And no, I didn't lose track of them. I followed them as far as they went. It's as if they were cut off.
What?
Could the ether have dissipated if it had? Oh gods! Their bodies are just husks. It's like the broodmother's daughter all over again.
No, this is different. The Kalyana girl was already dead, body and soul, when Lakshmi effected her resurrection.
Aye, let's not jump to conclusions. If their physical forms yet breathe and show no signs of wasting, then it follows that their souls must still be intact somewhere.
What happens to a body without a soul, Matoya? I don't think we've established what happens to bodies without souls. I'm worried now.
But where?
That's the question, isn't it, girl? Death has not taken them to the ethereal sea, yet there are no tracks left for us to follow.
Okay. Before we go further, gonna think this, gonna puzzle it. I'm not. I know the answer, so it's rude for me to puzzle. But if either of you don't know the answer, feel free to puzzle. We know they're not dead, and we know they're not in the world of the living.
We're no closer to an answer than when we started. But knowing their souls are still out there is progress of a sort. We just have to keep looking. Pray, excuse me a moment. Yes?
Huh, interesting.
I remember, but... What, to Alamigo? We're on our way. That was Lee's. Apparently, a group of Populares have defected to Alamigo, and Maxima, the envoy Alphino left with, is one of them.
Ooh.
I'm sorry. I realize we've barely begun here, but...
Garlean defectors are important.
Go, child, go! You've made up your mind, and life's too short for dithering.
I'll do some digging in the meantime and see if there isn't some other method we could use to continue the search.
Let's be off then.
This is part of why I wished Albrecht were here, because I know Albrecht would be theorizing and not know.
Oh, not again. The enchantment barely seems to take these days.
Something's sucking up the
I'd talk it
ether.
old age, but I rather doubt it's that simple.
Or are we just running out?
It is weird.
Before they took ill, Y'shtola and Urianger were sharing notes on a thinning of the ether. It seems to be happening all over.
Does it now? And here I was all set to blame my woes on that creaking mountain of refuse clogging up the Thaliak.
We've already taken care of Alexander, Matoya.
I fear something has gone awry. Still, there's naught to be gained from starting in shadows. You can only do what can be done, and that but one thing at a time.
Well, Alice. So that was the woman who tamed Y'shtola. I had a distinct feeling of being grabbed by the scruff of the neck and having the nonsense shaken out of me. When Alphino's back, I'd like to visit again and ask her what tale she has of grandfather. For now, though, I almost can't bear to
there
hear...
would be a good chance she would know Louisoix, wouldn't she?
Yeah. I almost can't bear to hear what Maxima has to tell us. But it can't be bad news, can it? Lise would have said, unless... There's no point speculating. Lise said she notified the guards of our coming, so we should head straight to the palace gate in the Alamegan quarter. I'll be praying for good news. Learn what you can about Alphino's plight, and leave the search for our friends' lost souls to me. Bye. Bye, Kryl. Well. To Alamigo. Dino! I love my Dino. Could you imagine to just be one of the people here and the Warrior of Light appears at the Aetheryte and then suddenly flies into the air on a dinosaur?
Yeah, I can imagine some people getting rid of their alcoholic beverages.
Do you think they would freak out if they were suddenly claimed by an alien?
Why? What mount are you using?
I don't have the mount yet, but I know there's a mount of like an alien flying saucer carrying you above the ground.
I think you get that from the Endwalker Hildebrand quests.
I kind of figured.
Onward to the Royal Palace. Where we have occurrences.
I'm sorry to drag you halfway across the realm, but when Maxima mentioned Alphino, I thought you'd want to hear the news in person.
Ah, we meet again. Though I was hoping our reunion would be under more auspicious circumstances.
What happened to my brother? Where is Alphino?
Never fear, my lady. Your brother was in fine health when I took my leave of him, and I have no reason to assume that has changed.
You assume?
If you will allow me, I shall endeavor to explain events. Our troubles began not long after we departed Doma. While crossing the burn, we were fired upon by the Emperor's personal guard and forced to make an emergency landing. As we stumbled from the wreckage, our attackers fell upon us again, and we would have perished there and then were it not for the intercession of a third party, a band of mercenaries whose leader claimed to pursue a vendetta against the Ascians.
Gaius.
This shadow hunter, as he styled himself, then escorted us out of the wastes to relative safety. Upon arriving back in civilization, I gathered my Populares colleagues and prepared to flee the Empire. Master Alphino, however, declined the invitation to join us, preferring to continue his investigation into the Ascian threat.
Well, at least he's not lying in a heap in the burn. Tell us more about these Ascian hunters. Who are they? And is Alphino still with them?
He is. As to who they are, I'm afraid I have nothing to tell you. Beyond the fact that they root out and destroy Ascians, they were unwilling to divulge anything which might serve to identify them. they would not even reveal their next destination. But Master Alphino asked to accompany them all the same. Since parting company with your brother, we've been engaged in a game of cat and mouse with the Emperor's Guard. We made our way through province after province, finding the army busy restoring order wherever we went, until we finally arrived here in Alamigo. I cannot thank Commander Aldin enough for giving us such an unexpectedly warm welcome.
I'm not inclined to turn away refugees, no matter which land they call home. And if they can tell me how things lie in Garlemald, all the better.
On that subject, there is much I would tell you. During the course of our journey, we heard tales that an entire rebel army had been slaughtered in the space of a single night. It would seem my former comrades grew tired of putting down uprisings in the conventional manner, and chose instead to bring a formidable new weapon to bear. Details were sparse, but the rumor alone was enough to dampen the flames of rebellion. I have also heard reports that several companies have withdrawn from their designated provinces and begun marching westward. It is my assessment that the Empire's forces are mobilizing for a large-scale military engagement.
Doesn't rain, but it pours.
Westward? You mean they're getting ready to invade Alamigo?
We knew this was coming, but not that it would be so soon.
We've barely even begun to shore up our defenses.
Oh.
They won't stop an invading
Oh
army.
boy.
No, they won't. Dispatch messengers to the Alliance leadership requesting reinforcements, and send word to our officers in the field to hasten completion of those border fortifications. Prepare to meet the Imperials head on! No matter how quickly we act, we still want for time. When the enemy comes into view, our best recourse will be to open negotiations with their commander, and see that the ensuing proceedings take as long as possible.
Stall him out.
Would you and Alize head to Doma and let Lord Hien know about this? I'm sure he'll want to hear about Alphino too.
Consider it done. We'll send word when...
Oh no.
Untold sorrow must be changed.
Frickin'
Ahead looms a calamity. Eon become instant. Throw wide the gates.
You heard it too.
Yeah, I'm gonna punch whoever the fuck is doing this.
Well, at least we're both still standing.
Oh, thank the gods. I thought we'd lost you for a moment there. Why does this keep happening?
I wish I knew. Nothing we've tried has brought us any closer to an answer. We'll keep working on it. But first, we need to go and see Lord Hien.
So Alphino's safe, for the present at least. Now all we need to worry about is a full-scale Imperial invasion. I'm actually glad Lee's tasked us with visiting Lord Hien. Better to be dashing from place to place than sitting around stewing over things we can't change. To the Enclave.
Oof.
To the Enclave.
Oh, I'll be right back.
Let me in. We have a problem. I'm glad he didn't say that Lord Hien was expecting me, because Lord Hien should not be expecting me. Oh, we are fucking shit up. This is maybe not. Let me put my weapon away. Greetings Dalmascan. The fall of Ramanastra was not the end of our nation. We who survived retreated underground, and have been gathering strength to mount a counteroffensive. Dalmasca will arise again. Nangxia? I come to represent the lands of Nangxia. Long have we struggled in defiance of the Empire, waiting for just such an opportunity as this alliance presents. Serena! Halabali's not here, or they'd be very happy. I'm just realizing I'm pronoun stuck. I was just like not noticing earlier because we're talking about Alphino and Albric. And then I'm like, wait, that's not. And then I go think, oh, girlfriend, and girlfriend gets the same, and I go, oh god damn it, I'm pronoun stuck. My mother has the same thing happen. It was really, really funny. Because once she got pronoun stuck on she, talking to me, and then starts referring to my older brothers as she too. Anyway, Halabali would very much like to be here, Serena. After their humbling at your hands, Magnai and his Orinir have spent every waking moment upon the training fields. Defeat does not sit well with the son and his children. Yay, they can fight the Garleans. The Imperials have enjoyed the freedom of the Ruby Sea for long enough. It's time they paid their dues. Hey, Blue Kojin! We of the Blue Kojin will not submit to the Emperor's tyranny. Only our red brethren will awaken to their folly. Akuro! Alone, Doma could accomplish little against the Empire, but in concert with the allies who've gathered here today, we might do much. Yugiri? We have problems. Kobo, you've arrived in time to witness the beginnings of our alliance. Our proposal struck a chord with many of our neighbors, I'm glad to say. Right. Good timing. Ortian? Can we talk privately, please? Greetings, my friends! I said privately. I was just discussing future endeavors with the members of our newly formed alliance. Yay. The Kojin and the Confederacy you already know, and it was your own strength of arms that won us the cooperation of the steppe tribes. We've also been joined by neighbors from Nangxia and the indomitable citizens of Dalmasca, though the scattered nature of the latter's resistance will somewhat delay their official induction. These proud peoples have united under a single purpose, to stand against the tyranny of the Garlean Empire. I'm glad your alliance is coming together so swiftly. As things stand, I fear we shall soon have need of your strength. I thank you for bringing me news of Alphino. His fate is never far from my thoughts, and not only because he's our emissary. As for the sudden deployment of Imperial forces, I agree Alamigo would be wise to shore up its borders with all haste. Every report we receive from our shinobi indicates a massing of troops in the western provinces. It seems all but certain the Empire is poised to bring its fist down on Eorzea. And I would help deflect the blow. I cannot risk sending reinforcements just yet. We'll remain vulnerable to airborne assault until our wall in the burn is in place. The all-important Allegan energy barrier. The energy barrier, yes. I thought to call it something more auspicious. A name drawn from the Four Lords legend, perhaps. Serious Aegis, or some such. Just a thought. The Ironworks engineers report they've finished calibrating the generators and are ready to proceed to the testing stage. Have you time to attend the first test? You've seen the field which protected Islaw firsthand, and I'd be interested to hear how you think ours compares. Yay! Let's look at this. I'll come too if you don't mind, though I'm no Ishtola, I may be able to offer some insight. Best get fucking banned.
Nope. What I miss?
We had some freaking spam bots. By your best viewers. My best viewers are already here. Heart shape. Not all of my best viewers are here. But some are. Though one of them keeps trying to drown me. Let's see. Halabali's faster with the ban hammer than I am because I report to Twitch before I ban. Time being of the essence, it would be best if we made directly for the burn. Yugiri, leave you and Hakuro to bring the war council to a close. Understood. Your mounts are saddled and ready. We are the storm. Where the storms? Where the storms? Ooh. We have food. Eggplants with vegetables and peppers. Ooh. That sounds so good.
Eggplant's good. Never had one.
I love eggplant. I am now well fed. We'll cross the burn by Yol and Falcon as before. Join me at the overlook near the House of the Fierce. That's right. Give the word when you're ready to take wing.
It seems the engineers have matters well in hand. Should the barrier work as we intend, Doma will be free to reinforce her allies in Alamigo without fear of weakening her own borders. Honored friends, the time has come to put your hard work to the test. Start the generator.
Rah, generator.
Beep boop. Hey, I just thought of something.
What?
If the ether is thinning, won't this barrier be weak?
Well, we're sinking into the aether, to the aether source that launched Azislav, which has the contained aether of all of the burn. So I think we should be fine for now.
The barrier is forming.
Yay! Barrier.
1,000 yards. 2,000. 3,000. Expansion remains smooth. No fluctuations detected.
So,
4,000. 5,000. Target altitude reached. The barrier is holding steady at 5,000 yards. We've done it!
Yay! Get fucked, Garlemald.
Is that an Imperial airship? Of all the rotten timing.
But this is a gift, Mistress Alize. They can test our new wool for us.
Oh.
Seems solid enough, though I was hoping for a fireball.
I don't know. Maybe we should preserve the machines for our own use? I don't know.
It is kind of cute. It is kind of cute.
Oh.
Oh no. What?
By the gods. It's Alphino. What are you? Let me go! He has my brother!
Lower the barrier!
No, good thing it didn't explode in a fireball yet, then.
Be at ease, girl. The lad is not dead, merely locked in slumber.
We know that voice.
Not him too.
We know that voice.
Do we?
Such devastation. It is not my intention.
We could identify no cause and found no remedy. Thus I sought to return him to Doma, and into the arms of Lord Hien himself, it would seem. It is a day for fated reunions.
It really is.
Would you not agree, adventurer? Or should I address you as the warrior of light?
Yeah, okay.
Gaius von Balesar.
The Black Wolf.
Aye. Gaius van Balesar, the Black Wolf. That was the title I was given. One I have long since relinquished. Stand down. The legatus of the 14th Imperial Legion died in Castrum Meridianum. I am no more than Gaius Balesar, a man without rank or allegiance.
There's a lot of
There's no way you
explosion.
could have survived.
Do you remember how it unfolded? How I was deceived by La Habrea? How I was convinced that reviving the Ultima weapon would allow me to bring peace to Eorzea? The Ascian used me, as he used so many others, all to further the restoration of his wretched god. Yet even with the might of Alec at my command, you bested me. And as the Praetorium went up in flames, I was content to burn along with it. For a moment at least. A moment of folly. To surrender my life thus would have been to betray all who died for my cause. It was for them that I dragged myself free of the rubble, and swore vengeance on the Ascians.
Yeah, fuck the Ascians.
The Black Wolf has shed his pelt, never to return to Garlemald or her legions. I live now only to exact revenge. My principal quarry was to be La Habrea, whom I gather you have since ushered onto oblivion.
Yep.
But so many more remain. Long as their kind lurked in the shadows, laboring to sow chaos throughout our world. I would see each and every one dragged into the light and put to the sword.
Well, Gaius, it sounds like you might have the makings of a scion.
Are the scions not of like mind?
Haha.
In this single respect, perhaps.
Then I shall continue the partnership the boy began, and share what intelligence I have acquired. Among the Asians, the black-masked ilk are subordinate to those who wear red. This you already know.
Oh.
Yet among the red there exists a hierarchy. Those set adrift with the shards clearly stand below those still joined to the source.
Oh, we take down 2 of those.
Nabriales, who once dared to intrude upon the Rising Stones, belonged to the former group, and while he was indeed a dangerous foe, his powers were inconsequential next to the paragons of the source. The first was La Hebrea, who plagues us no more. There is also the white-robed Elidibus, and the elusive Emmet Selk, about whom little is known.
We have files on La Hebrea and Elidibus, but I believe this Emmet Selk is new to us? As I assume my brother told you, we have evidence to suggest that an Ascian now walks in the body of the Crown Prince. Have you identified this interloper?
Elidibus seems the most likely culprit. As emissary, it is his role to maintain the equilibrium between darkness and light. Your many deeds in Heideland's name have upset the balance, and I believe he seeks to restore it by throwing his considerable power behind the Empire. As a leader of the Ascians, he is one of our primary targets. It was on the trail of this very prey that the boy and I came across the scene of a failed uprising. In the absence of a single Garlean casualty, we inspected the bodies of the rebels, and the lack of any external injury drew my immediate attention. They had been slain by Black Rose, an alchemical invention of the Imperial Army. When I yet served as legatus, I ordered its production halted, and all stockpiles destroyed. Toxic gas is not a tool of conquest, but of extermination.
Toxic gas? This must be the new weapon Maxima warned us about. Something deadly enough to sweep away all resistance in a matter of hours. Gods. You don't think they're planning to use this in Alamigo, do you?
Put your fears to rest. We infiltrated the production facility and destroyed all existing stores of the chemical along with the plant itself.
Oh, good.
Even should they rebuild the operation,
Okay, that's one less
they will not
thing to
soon
worry about.
manufacture another batch. Regardless, I
No,
would
that
draw
definitely
your
doesn't
attention
sound like
to a
what's
directive
the
we
deal.
discovered in the plant's records. The document was marked with a recent date and authorized with the signature of one Zenos Galvus.
A dead man signing the death warrant for thousands. 'Tis bad comedy.
But the tale does not end there. Within that same facility was a chamber filled with devices of elegant design. Cloning technology, we realized.
What the heck?
And what should we find in each and every incubator? But a young Emperor Solus.
I don't like that.
All of which prompts the question, were the Ascians responsible for these abominations, or was it the will of the Emperor? I must know which hand guides the Empire. Though I have given up my rank, I am yet a son of Garlemald, and I will fight for the future of my homeland. It is time I return to the hunting of shadows. We should focus on our common foe. To reopen old quarrels now would serve no purpose.
Agreed.
You saved my brother's life, so I'm willing to let sleeping dogs lie. But in truth, it's not my decision to make.
We'll settle this another time.
There was a time when I scorned those who placed their faith in false gods, even as I, in my blinkered conviction, place mine in Ascian promises. Unlike yours, my strength of will and my restraint was found wanting. We shall meet again, warrior of light.
So that was the infamous Black Wolf. An unexpected ally, to say the least. Well, I am content to leave the fine-tuning of the barrier to cleverer minds. Let us bid our friends from the Ironworks farewell, and see what can be done for Alphinaud back in Dorma.
So much cutscene. Alphinaud is safely ensconced in a private chamber. My finest healer is examining him as we speak. I've spoken with the physician, and there's no outward signs of illness. Alphinaud is lost in a sleep from which he cannot be awoken, just like the others. It seems that even the lands of the Empire are not far enough away to escape that cursed voice. I share your frustration, Alizé, I do. But Alphinaud has returned to us alive and otherwise unharmed. All that remains is to find the means to wake him. Until then, you can both fulfill your duties as a scion. Yours and your brother's both. You're right, of course. There are arrangements to be made and little time to make them. To business then, my lord. Now that we know Seryu's wall works as intended, can we expect reinforcements for Alamigo? You most certainly can. As promised, we'll send troops to bolster our allies in Eorzea without delay. Pray be aware, however, that they will not arrive without delay. Save for some few who possess teleportation magics, the bulk of our force must be transported by sea, a lengthy voyage for which the smaller vessels favored by the Confederacy are ill-equipped. Accordingly, I mean to enlist the assistance of the East Aldenard Trading Company in finding suitable ships. As for navigating the distances in question, we are in the happy position of being able to call upon those who plotted the course of my people's exodus to Eorzea. Beyond the procurement of ships, I think it unlikely our East Aldenard friends will consent to any involvement in military operations, but I'm certain they'll afford Alphinaud a berth aboard one of their vessels. I shall have a charge and accompany him every ilm of the way to the Rising Stones. You have my thanks, Lord Ian. Yugiri, I will go ahead with our friends to Alamigo, enlist all those capable of teleportation, and put them at the disposal of the Eorzean Alliance as soon as possible. They will form the vanguard. Yes, my lord. This is exactly what we'd hoped for. Lys and the Alliance leaders will be glad indeed to welcome the combined strength of the East. Meanwhile, at the Black Rose chemical plants. Ooh. Exciting events we don't know about.
Our supplies of Black Rose have been ruined, but the new plant is already under construction. We should have the first batch ready in time for the offensive, Your Radiance. See that you do.
Ah, yes, the infamous Black Rose. If I recall correctly, Gaius did not much care for the invention. A ruthless and indiscriminate preeminent weapon indeed, this airborne poison. It seems you are capable of making decisions worthy of your bloodline.
With no gift for sorcery, we Garleans must look to Magitech to even the odds. If it spares the needless deaths of our soldiers and serves the cause of this empire, there is no method I would not employ.
How very noble of you. Truly, though, I must commend you for embracing your role as Emperor. You play the part of the determined ruler well. Sometimes even I catch myself believing. A silent agent of death. Now that I think on it, Black Rose may well possess the perfect aspect. Slowly but surely, the deluge of light has worked upon the ether here in the source, and the gas should be most susceptible to its influence. Well, I shall leave you to your own devices. Go forth and bloody the land with your grand and glorious war.
While you do what, precisely?
Need you ask? I will be doing what all Asians do.
I am well aware that your kind exists only to usher in the next calamity. But you seem oblivious to the harm your singular agenda causes to the Empire. You cannot have forgotten the events which followed your mortal demise. Our homeland was plunged into civil war for your failure to name a successor. The edifice you so carefully constructed was but a hair's breadth from collapse.
Are you truly so naive? You thought me oblivious to the consequences of a departure so painstakingly timed?
It was by design?
Well, of course it was. Though I will admit the resulting panic exceeded even my wildest expectations. But how can you be surprised? Throwing the world into disarray was the very purpose for which this nation was, as you say, so carefully constructed.
I hate him, but I love him.
Ay, ay.
Now, if you have no further questions, I must be on my way. Since we may not meet again in this lifetime, it would be remiss of me not to offer a word or two of gratitude. I really must thank you for this surplus of vessels. I can mold any host into my own image, but having bodies tailor-made for me in this fashion is so much less tiresome. You dabbled in Allagan cloning techniques, yes? It certainly is a compelling, not to mention entertaining, field of research. And of all the options available, you chose the founding father on whom to experiment. You have a twisted streak to you, Varus, like grandsire, like grandson, hey? If events play out as planned, this will become something of a family enterprise. You will be the capstone of this world, I the anchor and the shard, and together we will give the lie to this star's fraudulent existence.
I think you're already starting to see hints of why Shadowbringers is considered the best expansion.
My brain.
Your brain's going what?
I don't know. I'm like frizzled. I'm like trying to pay attention to a lot of different things at once.
Come, let's return to Lys and share the good news about our far eastern reinforcements. Let's. Hien, let's go. We're apparently going to have a parley on the front lines. Must leave now to convene with the Erezia's leaders, and it may be some time before I return to Doma. Akuro, I leave you in command.
My lord.
I shall assemble an advance party with all haste, and join you in Alamigo forthwith. I've just received word from Lys. The Alliance has established a base camp near Alamigo's northeastern border. Once we've arrived in the locks, we're to report to a resistance officer stationed in Porta Pretoria, who will point us in the right direction. Let's not keep them waiting. To Porta Pretoria.
My monies.
That reminds me, I should take a chance to. I mean, I need to check the gambling. Oh goodness, I think I may have forgotten the last week's gambling. Quickly to the Golden Saucer before it's too late.
Get those tickets.
I think they don't do the thing until evening.
Yeah, well, I don't want to risk it. Quickly before it's too late. Okay, I did. This was a waste of money. Woohoo! While I'm here, I will check my business contacts. I just had a moment of, oh no, did I log in on Sunday last week?
Mm-hmm.
The market of Eureka stuff has just crashed so badly. Like, what is the actual price right now on these? $18.50. I am just gonna chill. I am not an eager bunny to lose those. I'll let them go. I am not selling. Those are too much work for me to be willing to. Mini Cackpot can wait. I already don't do that every day. Okay. Porta Pretoria. We're here. My panic is done.
Okay.
It was for nothing. Weapon out. Ready. Oh, you must be the Scion party I was told to look out for. If you'll follow me, I'll take you directly to Alliance headquarters. To the headquarters. Which is more cutscene. We have so many symbols. We have so many banners of the Alliance. It's great.
Welcome back, you two. Greetings, Lord Hien. Glad you could join us.
Glad to be here. I would have come sooner, where our own defense is not in question, but I am pleased to report that our soldiers are assembling for deployment to Alamigo as we speak.
We're grateful for your support. Thanks to the efforts of our allies, it won't be long before we've established defensive positions on this front as well.
We have some good news too. Alphino has come back to us. As for the bad news...
So, Alphino won't wake up. Gaius van Baelsar is alive and hunting Ascians, and the Empire is planning to poison us all with toxic gas. Does that sound about right? Ordinarily, any one of those things would have left me in shock. But the way things have been lately, it's all starting to seem pretty normal. Getting back to your report, are we sure this Black Rose is the weapon Maxima was talking about?
It fits the description. And it seems we have Alphino to thank for sparing us an early demonstration of its effectiveness. I have a feeling this won't be the last time his bravery in the Empire will serve us here in Eorzea. The threat of an unknown weapon has had us all on edge. But now that we know what we're dealing with, we can take steps to defend against it.
Woo, gas filtration masks.
As for Gaius, I'm not sure what to think. Am I happy he's alive? Not in the slightest. Am I happy he's hunting Ascians? Aye, I'd have to say I am.
Oh, speaking of Garleans you didn't expect to see, we have a tale of our own, as it happens. When we sent envoys to the Imperial Army to request talks, they returned with the message that Varys Zos Galvus would be attending.
The Emperor?
The Emperor himself. Well, Varys did sanction the Popularis peace mission. But knowing that an Ascian walks in his son's skin, I do not see how we can trust him or anyone from that nest of vipers.
The Alliance would proceed with negotiations regardless, if only to give ourselves more time to prepare. We do, however, require your cooperation.
Right. Yes. So, as a condition for the talks to go forward, the Empire has requested that a member of the Scions be present. There'll be a representative from each Alliance nation, of course, but I'm afraid we have to ask that you come along too.
Gods, Lise, you know how much I hate politics. But then, what choice do I have? Alphino and the others aren't going to do it. Very well. I shall attend as the Scion's representative.
And I'll be there as bodyguard.
In case you're wondering why I didn't ask you, the Empire also requested the presence of Eorzea's champion.
Well, I'll be there.
That's settled then. We don't know what Varys means to bring to the table, or why he wants you there, but having you close at hand will make all the difference.
The meeting will take place on the border. Anticipating an early assault, we mean to position the bulk of our forces nearby.
The Alliance leaders should already be on their way. Once you're ready, we can head out and join them.
Do we want to bring as many healers as we can in case they gas us?
Oops, too late. I'm already in Dark Knight.
Well, I'm not gonna wear my normal Astro outfit, but I will come formally prepared, weapon on back, ready to blast or heal. So it's polite to keep an Emperor waiting too long, shall we? Already? Oh, they're just here. Okay. Red and blue. We have, like, everyone here. Oh, if they gas us, this is a bad circumstance.
Esteemed representatives of the Eorzean Alliance, on behalf of the Garlean Empire, I thank you for inviting me here today. As this parley was convened at your request, I invite you to speak first.
Very well, Your Radiance. I, Nanimo Ulnamo, 17th in the line of Ul, should be pleased to oblige you. As recent events in Alamigo and Doma have made plain, the subjugation and exploitation of neighboring nations is not a sustainable policy. Should this day end in war, you may very well defeat us, but you will never extinguish the people's desire for freedom. Though it may not be in our lifetime, there will be another revolution, another war, and the cycle will continue. Doma has entered into a concord with the nations of Eorzea, a partnership wherein we recognize one another as equals. Garlemald could be afforded similar treatment. You need only set aside your ambitions and join us in paving a path towards peace.
You will not win me over with sophistry, Your Grace. As you know only too well, this alliance lacks the strength to keep the peace within its own borders. Even now, your struggles with the Beastmen continue unabated. Divided, you sow this fertile soil with the seeds of your differences and reap naught but discord and chaos for your trouble. Eorzea must be united under one leader, one purpose. I would offer you both and bring an end to your strife.
With all due respect, Your Radiance, the only thing that you offered the people of Alamigo was fear and hopelessness.
The citizens of Doma can also attest to the meager arms of imperial rule. There is no purpose to be found in a life of oppression, each day more uncertain than the last.
Oh, hey, you're here too.
Our people are willing to die for their freedom. A great many already have, and countless more will, if we don't put an end to this madness here and now.
We brought order and stability to your lives. This madness and bloodshed is of your own making. You broke the peace, not Garlemald.
I think it's important to remember in the Minecraft modding stuff that, like, Overwolf was doing... I think it was Overwolf doing spyware for one of the world's current foremost state sponsors of terrorism.
Huh.
Yeah. So, I haven't looked at it in years, but it certainly makes sense that the modding community for Minecraft would be an absolute goddamn mess right now if like you're, you know, if you can't trust one of the biggest like mod organizers.
Peace. Order. You kill our peoples, despoil our lands, take everything that is ours. And what? You expect us to lick the boot that grinds our faces into the dirt?
I expect you to weigh the costs. To recognize that countless lives have been lost on both sides in pursuit of a greater good, and to not squander all we have achieved in a fit of petulance.
Oh, you pompous jackass. Resisting fascism isn't petulance.
Your Radiance. I fear I can personally attest to the dangers of pursuing one's vision with such righteous fervor.
Emmerich, don't give him the benefit of the doubt.
For 1,000 years, the Holy See of Ishgard waged war with dragons. A 1,000 years of sacrifice, of sorrow and hate, in which we bathed in the blood of friend and foe alike. Had it gone on any longer, we may well have drowned. Yet we have chosen to raise ourselves out of this bloody spiral, and have since made peace with our former enemy.
So I understand. No doubt the dragons were more receptive to your overtures in the wake of their leader's demise. You speak of peace, yet use war to achieve it. Your father would not have bothered to obscure his intent with honeyed words. He understood that strength is all that matters in the end. Without his clarity of vision, I can but wonder what will become of Ishgard and her people. There was a time when Garlemald too lacked a leader of conviction. Weak and unable to wield magic, we were at the mercy of the strong, from whom we sought refuge in the bitter cold of the north. Were it not for the discovery of ceruleum and the subsequent development of magitech, we might never have gained the power to take back that which was rightfully ours.
You speak as if your people were the first to have been driven from their homes. Limsa Lominsa was built by wayward souls in search of a place to call their own. On the shores of Vilbrand we found it, and from those humble beginnings did we grow and flourish. And all without robbing our neighbors of their liberty.
So saith the pirate. Am I to believe that you simply asked the kobolds to yield up their lands and that they were happy to oblige you? That you did not drive them out like rats in the hold of one of the many ships seized by your privateers? I will concede that after centuries of exile, reclamation may be mistaken for invasion. Nevertheless, it is not. And those who till stolen soil have no right to object when cast out in turn.
Your uncompromising nature rivals that of the Ixal. They too lament circumstances which they themselves perpetuate. Were they but to embrace peace, we would welcome them with open arms. Indeed, some few have done just that, and now receive of the Twelve's Wood's bounty. Would that your people might learn from their example.
You dare compare us to the Birdmen? You who thought to invoke the 12 and threaten all of creation?
I came here in the hope of finding some speck of common ground, but I see now these discussions will accomplish nothing. Despite what you people may believe, I am not wont to choose the sword over the olive branch. 'Tis but a pity men are loath to accept one without first being shown the other.
Wait! I beg you. This meeting was supposed to be a chance to find a way forward together, not to bemoan the missteps which brought us here. Please, if you truly consider violence a last resort, there must be a way we can come to an agreement.
As Mistress Alisaie says, we did not come here to bicker over the past, but to discuss how we might strive towards a brighter future. Emperor Varys, may I suggest a short recess, that all present might compose themselves prior to beginning anew?
This is why I love you, Nanamo.
Very well. I pray this intermission will suffice to move these talks in a more constructive direction.
I mean, I'm not opposed to one world government as long as we put Nanamo in charge of the one world government. Maybe among other things, Nanamo can fix whatever loader Minecraft thing is bothering Cassian. Maybe don't try to context this with the Tales of Ixal's submission, huh? I too much wonder at Emperor Varys' decision to attend these negotiations. It is plain he has no intention of hearkening to our entreats, but what then is his goal? Maybe don't talk about stealing when you're a pirate queen. That's true, Limsaluns's beginnings were not wholly honorable, but our old wrongs do not make the Empire's deeds right.
Now, I'm gonna be honest, she walked into that one.
Yeah, she shoved her foot. She took off her shoe, rolled her foot around in all the spices, and shoved it straight down her gullet. Nanamo, I love you, no notes. For years we've warred with the Empire, and with no end in sight. Parley such as this represents a unique opportunity, and I would not squander it with bitter words. May I hug you, Your Majesty? I love you. You've got this. Lys, Raubon, keep your cool, okay? Why do I get the feeling the Emperor's hiding something? Varys holds fast his ideals, as I knew he would. Will not be swayed from this path. Well, then we just need to make the path his path without surrender. Hien? Emmerich? This is not the time, but I strongly recommend later you two go kiss. Okay? For a moment, I feared our talks would descend into violence there and then. Alisaie speaks of her dislike for politics, but her honest plea may very well have prevented an early battle. Whatever rebuttal I had in mind was lost when Varys mentioned my father. The man is certainly skilled at keeping his opponents off balance. Well, Alisaie? Are we ready? That's really not my forte. After his Radiance's little performance, it was all I could do not to swear at him. I honestly don't know how I ended up playing the mediator. I guess I just asked myself what Alphinaud would have done and tried my best to do the same, but by some miracle it worked. There really is no common ground to be found with that man, nor do I think he looked for any. So the question becomes, what did he come here to do? Because you may be certain it wasn't make peace. Whatever it was, I can't make it out, not yet, at least. We do have a little time before the FeraLayzer to reconvene, though, so why not try consulting our illustrious leaders? Oh, I shouldn't have made the runaround. No, searching for mods one at a time with a specific build target in mind is how Minecraft modding works the last time I tried it in like 2015. So, yeah. I'll say one thing for Varys. He's well versed in Eorzean history. His interest in our affairs is that of a beast to its prey. The conqueror would know his enemies. All should know their enemies. But there's much and more we do not know of the Empire. I'm sure Varys would be happy to tell you more. You'd me ask the Emperor himself. Perhaps there's some wisdom in that. If we can skirt the storm of his displeasure, we may yet come to our answers, even if it does mean sailing close to the wind. Minecraft is like getting near 20. I mean, at some point, you just have to say, make a better game, play a better game. I'm being rude, of course, but like, I am shocked that Minecraft is still a thing. Because I remember playing it in college. Yeah, it's old, it's ancient, it's like one weird fucking dude's pet project. There's a billion little indie games that are better, frankly. This parlay was never like to bring peace, but I'd hoped to learn something of Emperor Varys' relationship with the Ascians. As had we all. Yet if he is in league with them, he's not like to volunteer the fact, and if he's not, how much weaker would his position seem for their presence? If we're to broach that particular subject, we'll need to be subtle. Would that I knew more of the man. If you would indulge me. Lord Ian, you've received imperial education, did you not? Is it true the Emperor's will is considered absolute? There's no higher authority in all Garlemald, nor else in the heavens come to that. Veneration of the gods is forbidden, the only worship being permitted that of his radiance's own person. That sounds like a religion in itself. Sounds like a grounds to make a man a primal. I'm sure your disdain for their hypocrisy. Even as they denigrate the idea of faith, they revere their leader with a fervor others reserve for the divine. There's a flaw common to much of the doctrine they feed us, logical on the surface, but contradictory on closer examination. I wonder if a discussion of the various discrepancies might prompt Varys to reveal something. It's almost as though fascism is not a coherent philosophy, but just like a structure to secure power in the hands of the powerful. I don't have ice cream. What do I have? I have a cordial. I have a fat choco choco. I have a mug biscuit. Let's eat a mug biscuit. Yay. 12 have mercy. But for Lady Alice's timely interjection, we might well have come to blows at the negotiating table. Not that Emperor Varys left us a great many options. Is unconditional surrender all that he'll accept, do you think? Ere he arrived, I'd have said yes, but having heard him speak, I cannot help but think he came with some other end in mind. Exactly, he's building to something, I know it. How then should we approach the rest of the parley? Have you anything to say, Warrior of Light? You don't have to use titles, Nanamo. We've been besties since before I left Ul'dah, back when you were disguising yourself as a commoner to run around the city. I think we should get him talking. I think if we get him talking, he will talk and talk and talk. He just needs to get going. I believe he's more apt to reveal the truth if we put him at ease. Mayhap you're right. Thank you, Gobbo.
No, he's picking up.
If we get Black Rose and Nanamo dies, I will burn Garlemald to the ground. You've spoken with everyone then? Good. All that remains is to await the pleasure of the Emperor. I hope we fare better at a second attempt.
Now then, who would have the floor?
Before we resume, I wish to offer you an apology. After you graciously accepted our invitation to discuss an armistice, we have done naught but rebuke you at every opportunity. I believe I speak for all of us when I say we are deeply sorry for our discourtesy.
I'll admit your familiarity with our affairs surprised me, and served to remind me how little I know of yours.
I think all here can understand the desire to reclaim one's homeland. But why expand further? That is my question.
If I may, the answer can be found in the Imperial doctrine they took great pains to impart to my people. Recognizing the threat icons pose to the world, Solus Zos Galvus decreed that they were to be eradicated. To this end, he began a campaign to unite all lands under the Garlean banner. Or so we were taught. Yet the Emperor only reached the burn, the Baron said to have been laid waste by icons, after conquering all the lands that lay between. What is more, I am quite certain the practice of summoning was not nearly so widespread in the days before the Empire's founding.
When you put it like that, it all starts to sound like an excuse, doesn't it? But to distract from what? Why are you really waging this war?
Finally, you ask the right question.
Oh, what are you going to tell us?
I can but hope you heed mine answer, and at last accept the righteousness of our cause. My goal is this: to return the world to the way it once was, the way it was always meant to be. In doing so, mankind will be made whole once more. No longer will we suffer from the dissension born of our differences. There will be but one race, a perfect race, as we were when time began.
Oh, that sounds like some Nazi bullshit right there.
What in Rolga's name are you talking about?
I am talking about the origins of this star, of the source and its 13 reflections. At the instant of the great sundering, 'twas not only the world that was shattered, but mankind itself. Thus were we divided into myriad races, each with its own unique imperfections. That is why man looks upon his neighbor and feels fear and hatred, why he wages war, why he kills his brother. You all in your own way have proven as much today. The peace you seek is but a fleeting solution to a fundamental problem. One which calls for more drastic measures. To bring about everlasting peace, our worlds must be rejoined. That is the goal the Empire would see realized. The glorious future unto which we shall one day shepherd mankind.
A rejoining of worlds. I have heard this tale of the source and its reflections before.
Are these not the self-same desires as the Asians?
Emperor Varys, do not trust in their words. They will lead you to your doom. My father thought to use them, but in the end he succumbed to their temptations. He embraced summoning like so many other pawns before him. Do not tell us you mean to do the same.
Oh gosh.
To be a pawn, Free from the burden of choice would be a blessing. But I forswore that privilege the day I learned that the Garlean Empire was built by the hand of an Ascian.
What? I mean, we knew this from the other cutscenes, but now we know this.
My grandsire, the former emperor, is of their number. And who better to build an empire capable of bringing about the calamitous change we desire? Would you condemn me for this alliance? For bowing to the will of these shadowy masters, when the prize is true and lasting peace?
I will stop you no matter the cost.
I come not to conquer, but to liberate. To free man from the prison of divergence. Imagine a world united. One perfect race beneath a single standard. An army before whose might these servants of darkness and light would fly as leaves in a storm, never again to meddle in man's affairs. We would be the masters of our own fate. I bid you join me, not as subjects of Garlemald, but of a new nation. And together we shall win freedom for ourselves and generations yet unborn.
You want to trigger another half-dozen calamities? You can't be serious!
Have you forgotten how many died? There will be no one left.
Do you truly imagine we would aid you in your bloodletting?
It is unthinkable, unconscionable.
And what is the alternative? To be as cattle waiting for slaughter? I would have us work together, that we might take fate into our own hands.
Into your hands, perhaps. But what of the other worlds, your radiance? With every calamity, you obliterate a star and every soul that dwells on it.
To the Ascians, we are all but tiny, momentary specks within an indifferent universe. We cannot hope to oppose them until we have been made whole once more.
But I've already
Are these
killed
truly
two.
the words of Garlemald's ruler? The flaws and foibles which you so abhor are what make us who we are. Every nation, even yours, Emperor Varys, is made whole through the combination of these imperfections, the strengths of one compensating for the weaknesses of another. While it is true that man succumbs all too often to anger and avarice, he may yet overcome his baser instincts through the forming of bonds with others, fostering community and cooperation. That the protector of an empire should not only reject these fundamental truths, but seek to change them at so dear a cost to life is indefensible. Such a man is not fit to govern.
And you, warrior of light, would you refuse me as well?
We can defeat Ascians as we are. I've already defeated Ascians as I am, bitch.
It would seem the Alliance is of one mind on this matter.
You Eorzeans never cease to disappoint me. Though I suppose I have only myself to blame for expecting more from savages. This discussion is at an end. I bid you make ready for our next meeting. It will not be at the negotiating table.
Well, if you have those snurpleberry tarts you're mentioning, I would love one. After that bullshit. Alice, this grand plan is to bring about more calamities? This is insanity. This madman must be stopped at all costs. Agreed. Yagiri? I'm glad we arrived in time to aid the battle. Though our vanguard may be small, these few in our chosen elite are the finest warriors in the East. We suspected Ascians meddling in the shadows of the Empire, but the truth is beyond my wildest imaginings. At least now we know the face of our enemy, and need not hesitate to strike at its heart. Ralvin. The Empire exists to wage war, and then war it shall have. But its vast armies pour in like tides themselves. This could very well be the greatest military threat Eorzea has ever faced. We've been facing them for the last however many years. Nanamo. Now that we have learned the Emperor's true power, war has become an inevitability. It is times like these I curse my own uselessness in battle. Raise the armies. We need all of them. Merlwib. It makes a twisted kind of sense the Empire was built by the Chaos Bringers themselves. The revelation yet rattles me, but now that we know our enemies are one and the same, we have a target upon which to unleash the full force of the Alliance. My first engagement as Flame General, and it's a full-scale war with the Empire. Just a measure of nervousness, of course, but I swear I'll make Father proud in the battles to come. Yay, Pippin! Lise, I came back to find Doma's advance party ready and waiting for battle. So as worrying as our little chat with the Emperor was, it did buy enough time for at least some of our allies to arrive. Poached eggs. The face of war.
I'm not sure what I was expecting from our meeting with the Emperor, but it wasn't that. Still, at least we know now what he's really after.
Aye, a future built on a mountain of bodies. I too want the Ascians dead, but not at any cost.
The last of the reinforcements from Doma arrived not long ago. I pray it will be enough. Given the Emperor's stated goal, this is a battle we can ill afford to lose.
If the Garleans come in force, we may not have much say in the matter, even with our combined strength.
We knew from the first that the odds would be against us. But if there is even the slightest chance of victory, we must do everything in our power to seize it.
We must seize it, full stop.
Hear, hear!
The two of you are to join an irregular unit and support the main host. I won't bother asking if you're minded to fight.
After coming this far, how could I not? And for once, there's no one around to countermand me. Not that they would. Not even my brother. But we all know who really make the difference. Ready to frighten some Garleans?
Absolutely.
I wouldn't want to be on their side.
Might I ask you to accompany the Dorman contingent? They are strangers here, and your presence would do much to raise their spirits.
We would be honored.
When our people stride out with you in their midst, I dare say the Eorzeans will feel an ilm taller themselves. High spirits have a way of spreading.
Ah, what I wouldn't give to join you. But my duties as field commander will not allow it. I'll leave the front lines in your capable hands.
To the vanguard!
Comrades, ready your arms. The hour of battle has come. May the crystal guide us to victory!
Since the others couldn't be here, we'll have to fight twice as hard. If Alphinaud wakes to find the Imperials have won, I shall never hear the end of it. It's strange. I thought I would be terrified when the fighting started. I should be terrified. But with you at our side, I can't help feeling everything is going to be all right. So please, don't you dare leave me alone. No matter what happens, we have to survive together.
We will. Hey, quest accepted. The Gimlet Dark now accessible. Is there an exit here where I can go back to the locks? Okay, I want to meet you all in the locks, and then we can discuss how we're going to enter the Gimlet Dark. Okay?
Well, okay. I was just hoping to dive in right away, but okay.
Well, there's glam issues. Let's meet in the Alamegan Quarter by the Aetheryte, because there's glam issues. There's party composition issues. We need to make ourselves ready. We're going to be doing our strike. And I want to get one of those Snurbbleberry tarts from Halavali. I mean, sure, I have this Shakashoka, but...
Yeah.
Click on this.
Yeah. The food is for gathering, not like combat. I'm not sure that matters.
Okay, it still sounds like it's yummy. Let me split that. Okay, I'll need to restart the trade here. Okay. Thank you. So do we want to do our tank healer DPS combo?
Yeah. Let's do it.
You comfortable bringing a tank in, Ura?
Yep.
Okay. And then for glams, I need to pick my most horrifying glam. I have my standard Astro Glam, but this is a little bit chill and casual for the occasion. I have this masked healer glam to bring terror onto the front. Or I have Transcried Pirates, as usual. And finally, we can be the demon. Which one should I bring in?
Not sure.
How about you, chat? What do you think? Should I bring in... Should I bring in this White Death? Or this Black Death?
Can't even see very well in this darkness.
Considering the dungeon we're about to go into, the darkness is something. Scary death.
I was thinking of bringing Dark Knight, but I was also thinking, one, I'm more familiar with Paladin right now, and two, Eorzan needs a champion more than Garleald needs a boogeyman.
I'll be the boogeyman. You be the champion. And we're gonna shuffle our situation around a little. I don't like battle stance for this. There we are. We'll go thus. We'll go thus. We'll make it dark. We'll give an annoyed face if we can. And we will set ourselves, background-wise, to something as dark and serious as we can. Circular geometry. No. Okay. No, and I'm not even I'm healer. Why am I putting a DPS? There we go. I think we're good. Onward to the Gimlet Dark. Time to end Garlemald.
Oh, we're gonna use a remix of this.
Okay. Die, Garlean scum.
Come on, where are the bulk of you at?
Where's the what at?
The bulk?
I mean, you're the one doing single pulls.
I thought it was blocked off.
No?
No. Yeah, it's blocked off.
It's blocked off every second pull. The first pull was not blocked off and the third wasn't.
That's hard to see in this darkness.
Yeah, make excuses. There's no sense in spending my abilities here when we're coming up on a boss. I don't have access to horoscope. How annoying. Haha, take that, jerk. You're nothing in the face of my planning ahead. Oh no! Halabali! I love that those hang out a little bit after the end of the fight. Oh, I thought it ended, and I dropped my AoE, but I guess we're leaving. We're good. Nothing to it but to do it.
Ready?
I got the wall. Yeah, I got the wall.
Yeah. Please don't die on me, you idiot.
Me?
No, Lise.
Oh.
Did you not notice Lise was there next to you?
Nope.
Oh, apparently. Okay, we're just pulling. Cool.
No.
Okay, apparently you're just too far away for me to drop that heal. Over here! Away from there! Haha. Oh, we didn't get it out before the second one.
Nope.
And away from the fiery area. I say as I run right into the fiery area. Well, we're fine. Our greed knows no bounds. Let's go.
You underestimate me.
Oh, hi, Connie Finna. Hi, Amaric.
Yar! Are we stopping here? No. Okay.
Just gotta make sure I pick them up.
And then... Are we stopping here?
I guess.
Okay. I just don't want to drop my big AoE and then have you run away from it again. Because if you leave the AoE, I have to actually heal you, and that's annoying, you know?
Nope. Okay, going on ahead.
Woohoo!
Looks like the point's blocked.
This is finally blocked, yeah.
Oh, another one?
We are in Colossus Land, I guess. Under Senna, quickly!
Thanks, Lise.
I guess I can say thank you to Lise. Thanks, Lise. These savages bested our vanguard. Impressive. But in the end, they're only that. Savages. Let us be brief. His radiance awaits.
They look like discount. Alright. Nope.
Holy shit. There's someone on the edge there. Oh, we get a dual engagement. Oh, I think I can avoid you. What are you two high-fiving for?
You didn't even hit me. I did the Mandeville dance. Well. Oh, that does not look good. Oh, ouchie.
Well, that's chaos, but I love it. Seems we have no choice. Oh, I think you have a choice. You can surrender, you fools. You should feel honored, savages. Few are they who have witnessed this twice.
Oh, they're doing the thing again.
Why did you stand in the middle, Alabali? Imperial authority. There is no Imperial authority. There's only the will of humankind. We served our purpose. Come, we shall withdraw for now. The cowards. Stay, fight, die.
Why would they need to retreat at this?
I should have worn the fancy white outfit. This is so silly. In the dark shadows, it's like, oh yes, scary demon healer. But then we get into the brightly lit area, and it's like, I'm a slut. Well, I got the comm. Yay.
Yay.
We did it! I dare say they'll be reeling from this.
You were truly inspiring in battle, my friend. I'm determined not to be outdone, but there seems to be no one left to fight.
A tactical withdrawal, perhaps?
We should give chase. Finish them off while we have the chance.
That doesn't sound like a good thing.
Imagine the other surprise when they wake to find the war already won.
I think we need to go back.
Uh-oh.
The light will expunge
all. Oh, not again.
Only you can forestall the calamity. Throw wide the gates.
No! No! No!
Alice, no. Ugh. I'm going to beat the shit out of whoever's doing this.
Don't tell me. Are you all right?
No.
Quickly, we must get her back to the encampment.
Gonna put some damn clothes on. How is Alice? She's being cared for at the infirmary, but there were more we could do for her. Robin? So the Garlands have been routed, have they? Well done. Don't you belittle and demean Alice? She's bestie. And I swore that I wouldn't leave her. We're gonna find who's done this. We're gonna shove a little Reaper scythe so far up their bum that they never walk again. Though this exchange was no more than a test of our strength, like as not, we won't be taking any chances now that the Emperor has joined the fray. They'll want to take their time, whittle down our defenses. Still, with your help and that of our eastern allies, we passed the first test. Our line is unbroken. As for Alice, well, she's in good hands at the infirmary. My lord, the Triurgents have completed their examination of Mistress Alice, and it's as we feared. She's locked in a slumber without any outward cause. Just like the others. Damn it all. Aye, the Garlands picked a fine time to come knocking. 5 scions incapacitated. With the enemy on our doorstep, I can't spare the men to assist in search for the cure. Best I can do is see to it that Alice is escorted safely back to the Rising Stones. Yugiri and I would return to our encampment. The main contingent of our forces from the Far East is under sail, and all must be made ready for their arrival. I'll not keep you then. Judging by the Garlands' recent movements or lack thereof, they won't be launching another offensive in the immediate future. You should return to the Rising Stones. Given the plight of your fellow scions, I can understand if you feel on edge, but you'll be no good to anyone without rest. Fine. We'll return to Revenant's Toll. My weight is surprisingly stable too. It's very frustrating because the surgeon insists I should lose weight, and I already eat like 1,500 calories a day. Like, and you want me to, what, eat less? Fucking... Ooh, I like that outfit. What is that outfit? It's the standard default Viper outfit, just on a Femroth. A Femgar. And we have an AFKer. We have an AFKer in Revenant's Toll, looking all dramatic in low-level gear. I love it. Never change FF14. This game is great. What's not great? What's not great is our lack of Alice. Coltonay, there's almost no one here. Good lord. No one else has gotten sick, have they, Hori? Welcome home. Word is that you and Miss Alisay gave the Garlands a thrashing. Speaking of whom, where is Mistress Alisay? I was certain she'd have returned by now. She's fallen. By the 12, not her too. Okra and I will ready the infirmary for her arrival. We also need to send a message to Tataru post-haste. Would that I had something other than grim tidings to share with her. And with you too, for that matter. It grieves me to report the Archon's condition remains unchanged. As we speak, Coltonay, Kryl, and Master Matoya continue to explore every possible avenue. Alas, their efforts have yet to bear fruit. All is not lost. You're still hale and whole after all. I suspect you must be tired from your journey. You should rest. Leave the worrying to us for the time being, at least. Technically the end of a patch. But this is like the other post games where it was a part 1 and then a part 2, so it's one little story between the two patches.
Yeah.
Zenos.
Not Zenos.
Not Zenos. Fake Zenos.
Fake Zenos.
Worse than Zenos. I don't want anyone puppeting my enemy's skin like that.
Zeemposter.
What is it good for?
Dun, 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 dun.
Wait, does that achievement give a title? No. Why do these achievements stop giving me titles? Give me titles. Okay. Give me news. Give me good news. Marco, yours is a welcome face indeed in these troubled times. Though if you've come to inquire about our stricken brothers and sisters, I'm afraid I've naught to report. Coltonay and the others continue their tireless search for answers, and I, too, have done all in my power to assist them, alas. My apologies for the intrusion. I was told Master Alphino had been brought here, and wished to see if his condition had improved. Maxima! Ah, that was not a Maxima voice. Mr. Scrobo, I heard the part where you played in driving back the Empire's forces. Thank you, that you were able to stop them, even only for a short while, gives me hope. I realize how strange such words must sound coming from a Garlean's lips, but I speak them out of the love I bear for my homeland, because I wish to see an end to the bloodshed. That's why I chose to share all I know with the Alliance. To seem the small price to pay if it helps prevent the conflict from escalating any further. Enough of my prattling. The war is not what brought me all this way. I came to see Master Alphino. An acquaintance of Gabo and Alphino, are you? Well, far be it from me to turn away good company. If you follow me, sir... Maxima. I mean, I'm just, like, lazy/disabled, so I don't go to the laundromat often and just kind of wash my clothes in the tub, but yeah, the laundromat's like 2 blocks away from me. And it's so much better than living in the middle of fucking nowhere and having to... Well, actually, every time I lived in the middle of nowhere, I lived in a complex where there was a laundromat on site, or I lived near enough to my mother I was able to go use her washing machine. But yeah, the middle of nowhere sucks. When word reached me Alphino had returned, it seemed only right that I visit him. Poor lad, it pains me to see him thus. I take solace in the knowledge that he's safe and well cared for. He fought valiantly all at the burn. The populares could not have wished for a more committed ally. I know not how he came to be so afflicted, but I pray a cure will be found soon. On an unrelated note, you may be interested to know that I traveled here in the company of another acquaintance of yours. He awaits my return at North Silvertier, and I'm certain he would be glad to see you, assuming you can spare the time, that is. Well then, I guess we're going to North Silvertier. Gosh, I haven't been to North Silvertier in ages.
So many times. There's Pad. We beat up people. Mourn some people.
Yeah. Silvertier is down by... Oh, it's right here. It's by where Midgardstormer's corpse is. Maxima, who are we at? Who'd you bring? There you are. I was waiting to think you wouldn't come. What, Sid? Sounds like you've been through the mill. Should have called me. Though I must confess, tracking down missing souls isn't exactly in my field of expertise. As we have surmised, I heard of much of Master Garland growing up in Garlemald. Indeed, he's long been a source of inspiration for me. Most Garleans would say he's a traitor, that he turned his back on his country. We of the Populares, however, consider him a revolutionary. A man willing to defy the Empire's dreams of subjugation, that his inventions might bring about a better future for all mankind. Yeah, we know him. Please, revolutionary is a term best reserved for my work. I'm but an Imperial defector who thought to aid another Imperial defector. Whatever Master Garland says, I am humbled to find myself in such distinguished company. Speaking of distinguished company, we've heard from Raubon that you ran into an old friend in the burn. Is it true? Gaius still lives? Yep. Like most in the army, I never had the privilege of seeing the legatus without his mask. To think I walked halfway across the burn in the presence of the Black Wolf. They claimed to have severed ties with the Empire to hunt Asians, did he? After his humbling at the Praetorium, one would think he'd have the good sense to stay dead. Should we meet again, I'll be sure to tell him so. Commander Alden also spoke of Alliance's meeting with the Emperor, though I still labor to believe what he told us. Did his Radiance really claim Garlemald was founded by the Asians? Yep. This is madness. The very notion's absurd. Every fiber of my being rails against it, and yet I see there's no escaping the truth. From the very founding of my homeland, my brothers and sisters have laid down their lives in service to a lie. The Asians must be stopped. To save my people, to save all peoples. For the Empire's many crimes even I did not suspect. Had I known, I would have left a lot sooner. But that's in the past. Here in the present, we must apply ourselves to the problem of how the Empire's ambitions may be thwarted. Not only in Eorzea, but in the Far East as well. The Ironworks will spare no effort to achieve that end. Seriu's wall was a good start, but we can do more, and we will. We'll show them what it means to achieve freedom through technology. I'm begging your pardons. I bear a message for the Warrior of Light. Commander Alden requests your presence at Alliance headquarters in Alamigo. He discussed the matters of strategy at your earliest convenience. Ah, the inevitable messenger. I knew it wouldn't be long before duty called you away. Time, no doubt, being of the essence, could I tempt you in a ride aboard the Excelsior? If there's a faster way to Robin's side, I will personally apologize to the commander for keeping him waiting. I mean, I can teleport. we could deploy, in theory, we could deploy a portable aetherite there, like some of the Free Company houses have, and then just port there. This is fine. I swear every time you board my airship, you seem barreling headlong into danger, and every time you somehow emerge victorious. Which, of course, is an admirable skill. But no one's invincible, not even you, so please, take care of yourself out there. I pray you remain safe on the front lines. Though ill-equipped to join the fray, I shall do all I can to assist from headquarters. My colleagues and I have been tasked with evacuating casualties by air. See that you aren't among them, eh? Alright, to a Requiem for Heroes. Commander Alden is waiting, my lady. It'd be best if we proceeded to the Alliance headquarters at once. Upcoming duty alert. Yeah, I figured. Farewell, or, farewell party. I'm gonna keep Astro, because it's my best job. Oh, Raubon. What's going on? You're here. Good. I summoned you to discuss strategy, but first I'd apprise you of Garlean movements. Upon speaking with Raubon, several cutscenes will play in sequence. Okay. It's time. Time for some shit.
There have been several skirmishes along the border, but as yet neither side has delivered a decisive blow.
Game auto saves. It's an MMO.
We had long assumed that the Garleans would overwhelm us in a straight fight, but we seem to be gaining ground, albeit slowly. As to why that might be, the most likely explanation is that they have yet to commit all their forces. Still, we're winning, and our latest intelligence suggests the Emperor has retreated back to Garlemald.
I assumed you were trying to drown me, and I took a little sip.
In light of this, we're considering launching an offensive with the aim of pushing the front line forward and giving ourselves some room to breathe.
Commander, the Imperials, they've broken through our defenses to the east.
What?
Our scouts say their forces are being led by Lord Zenos. Lord Heian and Commander Hext have taken their troops to provide support, but we don't know how long they can hold out.
So, they've been biding their time, waiting for his arrival, have they? Very well. Send word to our allies, requesting reinforcements for the front line. Should the worst come to the worst, I may need to enter the fray myself. But what of you? Do you still have the strength to fight?
So long as you leave the Ascian to me.
He may not die as such, but to see Lord Zenos fall on the battlefield would deal a heavy blow to Imperial morale. I'll see to it the men stay clear.
Oh, fuck.
Please, I bid you open.
What's wrong? Is it the voice again? Are you sure you're in a fit state to do this?
Nope, but who else will?
May Ralga grant us strength. Give 'em hell, lass. I, for my part, will defend this place to my dying breath.
time. We're gonna wreck that Ascian who's puppeting my enemy's body. Meanwhile, at the border of Alamigo. Oh, this is a third-party fight. Okay. Who am I playing as here? Okay. Rush, Second Wind, Dot, Combo. Okay. The Warrior of Light has left the Alliance headquarters.
This one's for you, Ada.
Soon I'll give lie to man's indomitable spirit. The Warrior of Light is still nowhere in sight. Oh no! Strength, my friends, will not do to have Gobo arrive to find us battered and broken. Fight and struggle if ye will. I was expecting to get kicked back. Come on, heal me, please. Our fate is not for you to decide. Behold, a taste of my power. What is this sorcery? Look upon Hanve no Hapakari and know the depths of your folly. Oh no, you don't.
Here it comes.
Lys, what have you done? If you would bring all to bear, then so must we.
The shinobi's power. The art of my forebears.
Well done, dispelling the phantoms. Now hurry. We must protect Lys. Still, you choose to struggle against the inevitable. The Warrior of Light is just a few hundred yalms away. Maybe on the back foot. It's not over yet. We can hold until Gubbo arrives. The Warrior of Light's timely arrival is nigh. She comes, does she? Then I need not waste my time on you. An Asian. Zenos wouldn't have needed to fall to do such a dirty trick.
Damn you!
Wait, where's everyone else? Oh no, I meant the calling. Oh shit, we're alone on the battlefield. And everyone's gone.
Magic with a Garlean body. That's hardly fair. Still, he must be stopped, no matter the cost.
Bringer of light. It has been too long.
Get the fuck out of Zenos' corpse, you piece of shit.
No words to mark our reunion? So be it. Equilibrium must be restored, and only your death will redress the balance.
Okay, it's time. Did you really think you could stop me, Zenos, with these tricks? No, you're not even Zenos. Yeah, you're not even pushing me back. You're nothing but a mockery in Zenos' body, you piece of garbage. Get out of there. I refuse to fall. Not to the likes of you. You're right, I did best La Habrea. I left La Habrea lying in blood and nothingness. What do you think is gonna... You think this is gonna do something, huh? You're little. You're just a nothing. That's all you are, fake Zenos. A nothing. Not even worth the effort I'm putting into you. You are nothing. An endless... what? Huh? Oh no! You're gonna split the veins? Gonna try and push me back? You've got nothing.
I see.
Nothing. And oh, Asian bullshit. We need a white aura site.
Your mother chose her champion well. Yet, for all your strength, you will still fail.
Not now. Fuck. No. This is the place between worlds. This is the void at the bottom of the anti-tower. Where Heidelin called
At
us.
last, I found you.
You have a lot to answer for, you motherfucker. Where are my friends?
Please, there's no cause for alarm.
No cause for alarm? Really?
Though, I confess, this is not where I had intended to meet. But the place of our meeting is of no consequence, like the war you wage. Win or lose, the path you walk leads only to oblivion. The better path leads you here, to me. I have need of your strength.
You have to send me back now.
The battle is over, the danger past, but your work is not yet done. Go to the Crystal Tower. I have left something for you near its base. It will serve as a beacon of sorts, one which I pray will help you on your journey. All you need do is find it. I will take care of the rest. Soon, we will throw wide the gates, and the path to the first will be yours to walk at last.
We really need to discuss.
You're awake. Thank heavens.
Yeah, we need to have a discussion sometime about the Guardian policy of using child slaves as manservants, but that's probably not a convo for now. What the hell happened to the Ascian? Where is not Zenos?
I see you recall that much, at least. In the midst of your duel, it is said you faltered, and that the Crown Prince seized the opportunity to deliver a mortal blow. Yet before his blade could find its mark, he was distracted by the arrival of a second adversary who bore you away from the battlefield and into the hands of our chirurgeons. Lest you wonder, he left before you awoke. As is his wont. Estinian never was one for emotional farewells.
Thanks, Estinian.
Though Zenos bested all before him, the battle clearly took its toll, for he retreated shortly after your rescue. Seeing this, the remaining Imperial forces decided discretion was the better part of valor and pulled back, allowing us to re-establish our position. We have since received word of renewed unrest in the provinces, doubtless inspired by the efforts of the Eorzean Alliance and our Far Eastern allies. Nor does the good news end there. We have also come into possession of intelligence suggesting unrest within the Imperial Court. This would certainly explain why both the Emperor and Lord Zenos appear to have abandoned the fight.
I have an alarm.
A long-awaited ray of hope in these dark times.
And what of all the scions?
Yet to awake, I'm afraid. But please, concentrate on your own recovery for now.
And Alice? And Halabali? And Ura? And we still have no word of Albric?
You have carried the hopes of some half-dozen nations, and we are all eternally grateful for your efforts. But no one is without their limits, not even you. Leave this fight to us, my friend. You have earned your rest. But before I forget, I was asked to deliver a message as soon as you awoke. A reminder that you are not alone, though many of your allies have fallen. When you are well and rested, you are to return home, where friends will be waiting for you. Now, if you will excuse me, I must return to the front. May we meet again soon, under happier circumstances.
Well, this is a most unexpected surprise. I thought you were confined to bed. Lord Furtom. When I heard you had collapsed in the field of battle, I confess I feared the worst. With you standing here before me, I see now that reports of your defeat were greatly exaggerated. Thank the Fury. As long as we have you, Mistress Bar, history suggests we have a fighting chance. Speaking of fighting, you may be surprised to hear that the war's effects can already be felt here in Ishgard. In anticipation of a need for reinforcements, Artoriel will soon be departing for the front lines with a contingent of our finest knights. I would advise you to stay until your strength is returned, but I know it would be an exercise in futility. Indeed, I suspect you already decided your next destination. Dark days lie ahead, of that I have no doubt, but the light of hope shall ever guide our steps so long as we have the will to press onward. And press onward we must. Farewell, my friend. I pray our next meeting will be under happier circumstances. And Horsefant is gone too. Everyone's gone. We return to the Rising Stones. Maybe they've heard of what happened. I got separated from everyone, and they're gone. I know this was all my plot, but it actually is very distressing. I'm being unmade by my own schemes. Into the Rising Stones. I need the state of everyone. Oh, Tataru, you're back. Okay, we have everyone here. Okay, that's good. Tataru.
By the 12! I don't believe it! I rushed back as soon as I could. I swear, my heart nearly stopped when I heard you'd collapse like the others. What in heaven's name is going on?
An ad, apparently. Sucks to be anyone who isn't subscribed. Maybe you should subscribe. It's like $5 a month, and I need money. Give me all of your money, worms. Oh, what? Who was that? Something is going on with the first. There's some robed asshole who's called people. $6. Inflation everywhere.
Win or lose, the path you walk leads only to oblivion. Oh, well, that's helpful. And what else did he say? The better path leads to him? If his is the voice you've all been hearing, perhaps the others are with him. Sir Emmerich said the fighting had reached a stalemate, didn't he? But if that monster masquerading as Zenos comes back... Thancred, Yestola, Urianger, Alphano, Alize... You're going to need all of them on your side to defeat him. And I forbid you from going to face him on your own, do you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
So if you must leave, go and find the others. Bring them home.
You have my word. I'm allowed to beat the shit out of the robed man, right?
As for where to start, you said the stranger had left a beacon for you at the Crystal Tower, right? But how are you to find it, now that the tower has been sealed shut? There has to be a way. If anyone would know, it's Sid, and the researchers of St. Coinac's find. Don't you worry, we'll find that beacon for you.
Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace... Oh no, there's meanwhiles.
I pray you have good reason for abandoning the front.
How could I remain there while the rumor that my son is possessed by a demon spreads like a sickness here at home? I will not be made to fight for the throne a second time. But what of you? Did you not tell me you would destroy Eorzea's champion with the ease that one might swat a fly?
A minor setback. She will not escape me again. Where is your grandsire? I would have words with him.
How should I know? Do you hide from each other's sight as well? I imagine he's doing what all Asians do.
He must have found a way to take advantage of this turmoil.
Men are not pawns to be played with, Asian. You underestimate us at your peril. This war will not be decided by you and yours. Man must choose his own fate, and I, for my part, will do all within my power to see Garlemald emerge victorious.
Get out of Zenos' body, Elidibus, you sack of shit. All of my friends are gone, and Elidibus is puppeting my enemy.
Pray forgive the intrusion, Your Radiance, but the requested preparations are now complete. We stand ready to begin production of Black Rose upon your order.
Not a fan of that. Oh, end of Stormblood. Yeah, I'm not sitting through all of that. I have to get to the first and find my friends. Oh, I made you a brand new traveling outfit. I hope it fits. Now's not the time to fuss over your measurements. Let's go and speak with the researchers St. Koinix find. You go rest while we track down that beacon. I'm not supposed to. We're supposed to view them, but yeah. Normally I would view them, but for plot reasons, we have one thing that we need to do before we can be ready for next time. Oh, there's Zenos. Zenos, get your body back, bestie. I need to kill you again.
My friend, had I been but a step faster.
Oh, my God.
Bloody savages!
A pity your hunt leads you elsewhere. Not that I am surprised. May you find joy in it. Grow stronger, more savage, and savor every triumph. In the meantime, I will reclaim that which is rightfully mine.
So you seeds of darkness. Swan song, woo! That's gonna bring a title. Thank you. But more importantly, so this would be where we would end. But everyone is gone. And probably Albrecht too. Because he's not answering his Link Pearl. He probably fell in the first round. Tataru?